Hi, I'm Fraser here at Simpson Physiotherapy again, and today I would like to talk to you about how to help prevent stumbling, shuffling, and tripping over your own feet with Parkinson's disease. Okay, I'm a neurospecialist physio, and I own and run a Simpson Physiotherapy, which is a specialist neuro rehab practice based in and around Glasgow. We provide home visit services as well as clinic appointments, exercise classes for our clients living with neurological conditions and general frailty conditions. I'm a Parkinson's specialist expert, and we are the only PD Warrior licensed practice in Glasgow. So today I'm looking to give you a few tips on how to improve the way that you walk to make it less likely that you catch your feet whilst you're walking. So one of the common challenges that we see with Parkinson's disease is when we walk, we tend to end up just slightly hunched, and what this ends up meaning is that our feet tend to spliff. So we're not clearing the floor properly when we're walking. There's a few different reasons for this. Different people have different reasons, but I'll go into kind of two or three of the main things that we see and give you a couple of action points to deal with each one. So the first one with Parkinson's disease, if you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably heard of the principle think big. Okay, this is a hugely important principle for Parkinson's disease. We want to be able to change the way that your brain engages with your body, because there's a handbrake sitting in the brain because of the loss of the dopamine producing neurons. Because there's a loss of these neurons, what it means is the signal from the brain going down to the spinal cord and the muscles is just quieter than it should be. So our brain is using movement programs that it's developed without Parkinson's disease, and they're not fit for purpose anymore. So we need to make new movement programs. So this is what the term neuroplasticity is, making new movement programs, new movement behaviors, new ways of thinking about movement to get you moving better. One of the biggest and best ways to do that is with thinking big. So when you're walking, if you're finding that you're spliffing your feet, quite often, what we really want you to think about doing is, instead of thinking about lifting your feet, which tends to just make this happen, what we want to think about much more is long strides. So really make them long, as big as you possibly can, and then what you'll find is naturally your stride length will get bigger, and you'll be way less likely to catch your feet when you're walking as well. Okay, you can videotape yourself. It sounds daft, but it's very handy to have somebody videotape you and watch. We do this as part of our outcome measure afternoon that we do with all our clients with Parkinson's disease. And basically what it lets you see is how you're moving and how you're walking whilst you're not thinking big. And then we get you thinking big, and you can actually very quickly see the changes in how you're moving and how you're walking. So big steps, big strides, and get practicing. Okay, really find somewhere that's nice and quiet, not cluttered, anything like that, and just really think about great big long strides. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Okay, next thing that we see with a lot of our clients with Parkinson's disease is really tight calf muscles. Okay, these muscles, they're the ones that you can use to stand up and down on your toes. But when they're tight, if you take a step out, what happens, instead of you being able to get this really nice heel strike here, what happens is they're so tight that they can't actually let you get that heel strike. So your foot actually catches as you bring it through. Best way to start dealing with this, we usually have to do two things. The first one is stretching. So you've probably seen every runner under the sun out there doing their calf stretches. So there's this one here, very, very standard calf stretch. Okie doke, comfortable stretch. Don't be tempted to do a really, really strong stretch. When you've got Parkinson's disease, you've got that increase in background muscle stiffness. So it means that your muscles are just a little bit less pliable. So we want to make sure that you're not likely to tear anything. So you're better off doing it for a slightly longer duration, around about 30 seconds, and doing 5 of them on each leg. Okie doke. So having a good stretch off before and after you're out walking, first thing in the morning, last thing in the evening, is a great time to be thinking about stretching. Okie doke. Next thing is, very often these calves are weak. Now these calves, if you've got your foot here and your shin here, what happens is your calf muscles at the back here, they hold you up is you're going over that foot when you're walking. And if these are weak, what tends to happen is we let ourselves collapse forward. So the weakness as well as the tightness in your calf muscles tends to be a bit of a double whammy for people who are with Parkinson's who are catching their feet. Okay, really, really easy strengthening activity. Best thing to do, get a nice solid worktop to hold on to. 2 hands is absolutely fine because we're not looking at balance here. What we're looking at doing is strengthening. Get those knees as straight as you can, hips forward, because again, with Parkinson's disease, what we tend to find is people will do this, where it's very bent knees. That's not ideal. That's not really what we're looking for. 2 hands on the worktop, up nice and tall, down, up nice and tall, down. Okay, standard strengthening program, anywhere between 8 and 15 repetitions. Give yourself a rest, 3 sets. Okie doke. What I will say is there's usually other things going on with Parkinson's disease. So if you've got some of these challenges with your Parkinson's, please don't hesitate to get in touch. We're excellent at helping people with Parkinson's disease move better, think clearer, and really push back against everything that's happening with you with Parkinson's disease. Right, have a great day. I'm Fraser at Simpson Physiotherapy. Please get in touch with us on the website, and the website's in the show notes as well as our contact number. Take care. Bye now.